in the heart of a bustling city named Evergreen, where skyscrapers kissed the clouds and streets hummed with the rhythm of hurried footsteps, lived a young woman named Lila. She was a barista at a cozy coffee shop called Brewed Dreams, where the aroma of fresh espresso beans mingled with the scent of cinnamon rolls. Lila had eyes like sparkling emeralds, hair that cascaded like a midnight waterfall, and a smile that could light up the darkest alley. But beneath her cheerful exterior, she carried a quiet longing, a dream of finding a love that felt like home. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves danced in the wind, a man named Ethan wandered into the shop. He was a software engineer by day, tinkering with codes and algorithms, but a poet at heart. With tousled brown hair, kind hazel eyes, and a gentle demeanor that made strangers feel like old friends, Ethan ordered his usual black coffee. Their hands brushed accidentally as Lila handed him the cup, sending a tiny spark through both of them. "Sorry," she murmured, blushing like a rose. "No worries," he replied with a grin. "It's the best part of my day already." From that moment, fate began weaving its threads. Ethan started visiting the shop every morning, not just for the coffee, but for the brief conversations that grew longer each time. They talked about everything: her love for painting abstract art, his passion for stargazing under the night sky. "The stars remind me that we're all connected," he'd say, and Lila would nod, feeling a warmth in her chest. Emojis weren't just symbols. Emojis weren't just symbols to them. Ethan once drew a heart on her coffee cup with a marker, and Lila responded by texting him a smiling face after he left his number on a napkin. Weeks turned into months, and their connection deepened. One evening after her shift, Ethan surprised Lila with tickets to an outdoor concert under the stars. As the music swelled, they sat on a blanket, sharing popcorn and stories from their pasts. Lila opened up about her childhood in a small town, where she lost her parents young and learned to fend for herself. Ethan shared his own scars, a failed relationship that left him wary of love, heartbreaking. But in each other's eyes, they saw healing. As the night grew cooler, he draped his jacket over her shoulders, light, and their fingers intertwined. That was the night of their first kiss, soft and tentative, like the first raindrop of a storm. Their love blossomed like spring flowers. Dates became adventures, hiking through misty forests where they'd chase butterflies and laugh until their sides hurt, picnics by the lake, feeding ducks and dreaming of the future. Ethan introduced Lila to coding, teaching her how to create simple apps, and she painted a portrait of him, capturing his soul in strokes of blue and gold. Emojis filled their messages. "Missing you already," from him. "Can't wait for tonight," from her. They were inseparable, two halves of a whole. But every love story has its shadows. One fateful day, Ethan received a job offer from a tech giant in Silicon Valley, thousands of miles away. It was his dream opportunity, promising innovation and growth. He agonized over it, torn between ambition and affection. When he told Lila, her heart shattered like glass. "You have to go," she said, through tears. "I won't hold you back." But inside, fear gripped her. Fear of abandonment, of being alone again. The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotions. They argued, words sharp like thorns. "Why can't you fight for us?" she'd cry. "I am fighting," he'd reply, "but dreams matter too." Leela threw herself into her art, painting stormy seas and broken hearts, while Ethan buried himself in work, coding late into the night. Friends tried to mediate, but the distance grew, not just geographical, but emotional. In a moment of clarity, under a full moon, Ethan realized love wasn't about sacrifice alone. It was about building together. He turned down the job, choosing to freelance from Evergreen instead. Racing to Leela's apartment, he found her on the balcony, staring at the city lights. "I can't leave you," he whispered, pulling her into his arms. "You're my home." Tears slowed, but this time they were of joy. They kissed passionately, vowing to face the world as a team. With renewed passion, they embarked on new chapters. Lila's paintings gained recognition, exhibited in local galleries, and Ethan developed an app that connected artists with patrons. Together they traveled to Paris for romance, where they climbed the Eiffel Tower and shared crepes, to Tokyo for adventure, wandering neon streets and trying sushi. Emojis became their secret language, a rocket for excitement, a globe for wanderlust. Years passed like pages in a book. They married in a simple ceremony by the sea, with waves crashing as witnesses. Vows exchanged under a canopy of stars, promising eternal love. Their home filled with laughter, a dog named Sparky, and eventually a baby girl named Aria, who inherited her mother's eyes and father's curiosity. But life, ever unpredictable, threw another curveball. Aria fell ill with a rare disease, testing their bond to its core. Nights in hospitals, holding hands through worry. Ethan coded a fundraiser app, while Lila painted murals for children's wards. Their love, forged in fire, held strong. Aria recovered, a miracle wrapped in resilience. As they grew older, gray hairs appearing like silver threads, their love evolved into a quiet symphony. Evenings on the porch swing, watching sunsets, reminiscing about that first coffee cup. Emojis still peppered their notes, forever yours on sticky pads. In the end, their story wasn't just about romance. It was about growth, forgiveness, and the magic of everyday moments. Leela and Ethan proved that love, with its ups and downs, is the greatest adventure of all. And as they held each other in their twilight years, they knew their echoes would live on eternally.